I was hoping that we'd do another Mission Impossible, having been in 3 and Ghost Protocol. And so I was delighted to hear that. I kind of knew it would happen because Ghost Protocol was such a barnstormer. And I know Tom is very, keen on this story. It's obviously been in his life for a long time. And so, yeah, to get the call that we were doing another one was very exciting. And yeah, you just wait for the script to see if you die or not. Benji in 3 was a bit of a sort of, lab schlub. He was kind of on the computers. And we had this idea that after Ethan gets him to help him at the end of 3, it gave Benji a taste for adventure. And so he enrolled in the field training program and became a field agent. So when we see him in Ghost Protocol, it's maybe his 2nd or 3rd mission. He's a different person, really. He's trained, he's got fit, he's, taken on new skills. With this one, again, Benji's been out in the field for a while now, so he's a little bit more mature, he's a little bit more experienced, but he's no less Benji. Benji's always has this sort of wild, wide-eyed kind of appreciation of what he does and the world he moves around in. But he's also a serious proposition now. He's still a field agent, and he's a good one, albeit in limbo because the IMF has been sort of suspended. Well, at the end of Ghost Protocol, it felt like a new beginning for the IMF. The guys had been out in the cold and they managed to save the world, literally, and we all went off on our various missions. Here, with this one, it seems things have changed rapidly and the IMF has sort of become obsolete in a way. It's been severely questioned by the CIA, and because of the sort of deep cover nature of its operations, it appears to certain parties to be a bit of a white elephant, and so it's been shut down. So from the end of Ghost Protocol, which is this great sort of call to arms, you have myself, Benji is stuck behind a desk, Brant is back being an analyst. It's kind of all gone to hell, really, and Ethan's out there on his own, on this crusade, seemingly obsessed. So it's gone downhill quite quickly, but it's nice because it gives us somewhere to go. I've always thought Benji is kind of Ethan's biggest fan. He's he's a bit of a, he idolized him a bit when he used to come into the lab. It's like, oh, here comes Ethan Hunt, he's the cool guy kind of thing. And then he got to go on a mission with him, and they've become friends. They were always friends, I think. He knew him as this, the guy he could take his broken computers to, and then he knew him as a fellow agent, and now they've been through some stuff together. They have a little camaraderie and genuine peril that they've experienced together. And so, Benji has extraordinary respect and affection for Ethan. He looks up to him and he trusts him above everyone else. Tom is everywhere at all times. He's kind of, he's such a multitasker anyway. He's very happy multitasking. His instincts are all incredibly precise, and not only is he being an actor, having to remember his lines, but his head is in every other facet of the production at all times. And it's amazing to watch him kind of spot little bits and pieces around that that he wants to change or thinks this should be this way. And it's an incredible position of control to be in. It means that you have complete dominion over your sort of art form, which is great. My experience with Tom is quite similar to Benji and Ethan, really. It's fun. I really like Tom. He's a lot of fun, and he's an incredibly hard worker. He has an amazing focus, a peerless dedication to what he does, which kind of raises everyone's game on set. But he's also a lot of fun, and it doesn't take a lot to get him sort of messing around, and he can be extremely silly as well, which, when there's time to do it, he will gladly do. So we have a lot of fun, and we try and keep things as light as possible. We had an absolute hoot in Morocco in that car, during that car chase. We were in it for days and days on end, and we ended up having a sort of war in terms of who could sneak the other one's seat heater on without the other one seeing, which in a country which is in the high 30s, it gets a little annoying at times when you suddenly feel really hot. Why am I sweating? And then you realize that Tom Cruise has turned on your seat heater.